Hello and welcome to the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast, where we are encouraging the everyday mom to pursue her dreams and discover her own greatness. Hey, cool mamas, this is Sheilah, and you are listening to episode 30 of the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast. Hey, girl, how are you? How was your week last week? I hope it was good. I hope that your week this week will be even better than it was last week. And I'm back to talk about stress and the awareness of stress for moms specifically. As you may know, or if you don't know, April is Stress Awareness Month. And I think that we should definitely be paying close attention to this being moms, because as we know, as moms, there's a lot of chaos, a lot of problem solving, a lot of joy too, fun, all the things. Motherhood is all of the things, and sometimes all of the things can cause stress. And I know specifically when it comes to like personal growth, when you're a mom and you have things that you want to do for yourself, you want to evolve in certain ways. There are just certain things that you want to look at within your life, you want to focus on so that you can be better. When the everyday situations of motherhood are happening and we're stressed from that, it makes it harder for us to take the time to focus on our personal growth and the things that come along with that as well. So I understand firsthand how trying to be a mother, and I'll speak for me personally, a mother, a wife, a full-time employee, a friend, a sister, a daughter, all of those things, when you're trying to be everything at once, but you're also trying to be there for yourself. Like you're trying to breathe for yourself, be happy for yourself. All of those things, having to be everything for everyone and on top of being for yourself, it can be stressful. So I get it. And what I want to do today is talk about, I have 5 reflection questions that I want you to think about. And it's going to be a shorter episode, because I feel like when there are reflection questions, when there are questions that we are asking ourselves to better understand where our head is at for whatever question that we are asking, I think it would be more valuable for you to hear the questions, answer them for yourself without hearing my input afterwards, right? And so what I'm going to do, just so that your answers aren't influenced by something that you heard me say, in order for you to be reflective and think for yourself within yourself, because sometimes that's how my brain works. Sometimes if I hear something that somebody else is saying, it influences my answer sometimes. And that may not be true for you, but if it is, and it may be, I just want to give you the questions. I will also explain why I'm asking that question that I want you to reflect on. And then I'll send you off. Hopefully you have your pen and your paper and you write these things down, because I want you to take them seriously. Here's what I know about stress when it comes to moms. It is common. I've read articles on this recently, and I actually did a live on it Which if you go to follow me on Keep Your Cool Mama on Instagram, I did a live about the mental load and how it affects us as moms and how it has been affecting us since the pandemic has started. And moms are more stressed than ever. So I figured Stress Awareness Month, we need to take this seriously. And by take it seriously, I mean be aware of our own stress, of course, stress awareness, right? And I think it is important to know what we can do to help our stress. But I also think it's equally as important to understand or to be aware of our stress so that we can actually use the proper resources that we need for our specific situations. And I think as moms, sometimes we are not as aware as we should be because we're so consumed by everything else. Very few times in the day do we slow down and be there for ourselves. And when we don't slow down to be there for ourselves, it causes stress. And sometimes what happens is we push that stuff down and we're like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. But we have to make time for that. Every day we need to make time for our feelings and all of those things that come along with our feelings. So, with that said, I am going to go through these 5 questions, and I hope that you will get your pretty journal with your pretty pen, or it doesn't have to be pretty. Whatever you have laying around, I just want to make sure that you write these down and that you answer these questions sincerely. Because what I'll do is throughout the month of April, so we'll have 4 episodes in April. I think that's correct. We're going to talk about stress awareness in each episode. So we will tackle these questions within those episodes. Okay? So let's start with the first question. First question is, why am I stressed? I think it's the most important question because it pinpoints the why. We need to understand the why in order to provide solutions, right? And sometimes we don't even realize that we're stressed because we're pushing things down. So I guess another question that can be added to that is, am I stressed? Am I stressed? And sometimes you may not be. Sometimes you may be able to manage things appropriately, and you are paying attention to yourself. But if you are not, ask yourself, why am I stressed? Okay, so question number 2. What brings me joy and ease? Am I doing enough of that? What brings me joy and ease? And am I doing enough of what brings me joy and ease? I think this question is important because it's important to know what makes you happy. What brings you joy from the inside out? What doesn't take much to make you happy? So think about that when you're answering this question, because when you know this, you can tap into that when you are stressed. Okay? So question number 3. Are there boundaries that I haven't set yet that need to be set? Are there any boundaries that I haven't set yet that need to be set? And this question is important because sometimes we put setting boundaries off because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. Okay? Number 4, are there small changes that can be made in my life that will give me some relief? Are there small changes that can be made in my life that will give me some relief? I believe this question is important because, of course, we know in life that there are some things that we cannot control that just comes along with life. But then there are those things that we can control. And sometimes the smallest things can give us the relief that we need. So think about that. Are there any small changes that can be made in my life that will give me some relief? And number 5, am I acknowledging how I am feeling daily? Am I acknowledging how I am feeling daily? And I talked about this a few moments ago. A lot of the time, we aren't slowing down long enough to check in with ourselves to see what is going on with us. We're stuffing and we're not acknowledging. Part of awareness is acknowledgement. Being aware is acknowledging what is happening. So am I acknowledging how I am feeling daily? So we'll go deeper into these questions in future episodes this month. And we're going to talk about it. Because one thing I know is that mothers are needed. And because we are needed, we have to take care of ourselves. And part of taking care of ourselves is managing our stress. If we don't manage our stress, the stress will manage us. Okay? It will manage us. So take the week before our next episode. Try to answer these questions. If you can't answer all of them this week and it's just like, girl, this is too much. Five of these deep questions. I get it. No problem. Take your time. Take this month to answer the questions. And then we can come back. You can just come back to the episodes and just listen to what I have to say about each question. And I'll just give you some insight also at that time about how I feel about each one and how it affects me personally. Because I do think that we can benefit from hearing each other's stories and learning about how we deal with things as moms on our own. And another thing I also know is that mothers are resourceful, and we are resourceful with different things. We are talented in many ways, all of us collectively. So what's important is that we lean on each other and that we use each other as a resource. We need to use each other as a resource and not act as if we have it all together. But like, I see you got this thing together. I want to learn from you. That's the thing that I want to be better at. And I see that as a mom, as a woman, as a person, you seem to have a good hold on that. And I want to learn from you. And I think it's important for us as moms to learn from each other in many different ways, whether it is how another mom is raising her kids, how she manages her own stress. We can learn from each other in so many ways. So just keep that in mind and answer the questions and send me an email and let me know how you're feeling about these questions. You can email me at keepyourcoolmama@gmail.com. And you can also let me know how stress is affecting you in this current season of your life. I want to hear from you. I would love to get an email or a DM from you and we can have a conversation about it. Okay, follow me on Instagram at Keep Your Cool Mama. I'm also on Facebook at Keep Your Cool Mama. And please rate and review on whatever platform you are listening on. Um, yes, I just want to know how you guys are feeling. I just want to make sure that you're feeling good from the inside out, okay? So I hope you have a good week, and I'll talk to you next time. I love you guys. Bye bye. Before I let you go, seriously, before I let you go, please subscribe and leave a review with 5 stars if this podcast is inspiring you and helping you to grow. Let's spread the positivity so that we are visible to other mamas out there trying to find her own greatness. And if you need some advice or guidance regarding your own personal growth while tackling motherhood, please email me at keepyourcoolmama@gmail.com. Love you guys.